So, have you heard of Malta? Because when we told our friends and family back home in the USA that we're going to Malta, they definitely didn't know what it was. When we told them, this is what they said. So Harris and I are going to Malta.
Oh, I had a friend who went to Malaysia.
No, not Malaysia, Malta. It's a small island right underneath Italy.
Oh, I love Italy! You going to Rome?
Malta's not Italy. It's below Italy, but it's its own country.
Is it dangerous there? Why don't you just go to Florida?
I will never go to Florida. Today we're going to introduce you to Malta and show you why it's one of the most underrated, beautiful, historic, exciting, inviting places to visit.
While we discover that for ourselves. Today we're going to explore the capital city of Valletta.
By the way, hi, I'm Morgan.
I'm Harrison.
This is Morgan Please. We are a budget travel channel. We're completely broke, but we're still traveling the world.
Last year we spent 6 months traveling through Europe and we only spent $5,900.27 per person. We're out here to try and do that again.
We're also hoping to spend even less than last year. Let's hope for that. Who can cross their fingers without there we go. How are you so talented? Why are we here in Malta? Why did we choose Malta? Why did we choose any places that we choose to go to? We're a budget travel channel and we're broke. How are we affording this?
We found a glitch in the matrix.
House sitting!
Oh, shit.
Say hello to Potato. How you doing, buddy? How you doing?
So yeah, this is Potato. We're house sitting here in Malta. We talk about house sitting in so many of our videos, so we're gonna keep it super, super brief, just explain it really, really quickly. Use the website Trusted House Sitters, and we're not sponsored at all.
We're not sponsored yet.
Yeah, we can dream, right? We're not sponsored, this is what we use. We house sit around the world, and it's called house sitting, but usually the reason people want you to house sit is because they want you to pet sit, because they got little babies they want you to take care of while they're away. So that's what we're doing. We're on Trusted House Sitters. We found a house sit in Malta with an adorable little puppy, and we're like, hell yes, we want to do that. So we're here in Malta. By the way, shout out to our house sit hosts. They are super nice, sweet, accommodating.
You guys
are the best.
So in being a budget travel channel, we are very open about how much we spend. So in one of these bottom two corners, I can never figure out which way it is, we're gonna show how much we've spent so far on the trip and how much we've spent just in the area that we're in. We're gonna break that down more in the description down below.
So we've already spent a lot because most of our bookings happen before our trip. So our flights and Airbnbs and stuff, we've already paid for most of them. Also, to make things a little complicated, I went on a family trip. If you've already seen the vlog before this one, I went on a family trip before Harris and I's trip started, which is starting here in Malta. So at the end of this whole thing, I'll have a bigger budget than him because I spent more money on that. But we're not going to include my personal trip in our trip budget.
Right.
But at the end of our trip, I will share exactly how much I personally spent as well. So right now it's 2 p.m., which is not the best time to go exploring in a 90-degree day. But we've been here for a couple days in Malta and we haven't seen the capital city yet, and we're right nearby it, and we're too excited. We cannot wait anymore. We're gonna go see the city today. If it kills us, if we die in sweat, it'll be okay. We have to go see it.
I'm already sweating and we're in an air conditioned place. So we're now going to explore beautiful Valletta.
I'm so excited!
Yeah, let's go.
Oh my God!
Let's go! First order of business, we got some Pattizzi. Am I saying it right? I don't know. But this is like a famous Maltese snack. It was only 40 cents, like 40 euro cents.
Yeah, 40 cents.
For one of these. So we got 2 of them for like 80 cents. We couldn't believe it. So this is like lots of butter, flaky bread, and peas. So let's see.
This is amazing. Holy crap.
So we're just walking to Valletta and already, look up there. Look at it. I'm just so excited because we're not even there yet and it's already the city walls we're starting to see and it's so magical and pretty and Game of Thronesy. I'm just so excited to be here in Malta. It's already so cool. It's just such a cool country. I'm getting ahead of myself. We're not even there yet. Come on, let's go. Stop holding me up, Harrison. Come on. The reason this looks like Game of Thrones is because Game of Thrones was actually filmed in Malta for the first season in King's Landing. Just pulled a balto. So we're walking into the gates of Valletta, the horse and carriage buggy ride going by, and this kid drops his hat, and Harrison runs through the middle of the road, grabs the hat, and delivers it to this crying kid, and the day was saved.
As if I'm not sweaty enough, you little brat.
Good deed of the day. So we finally made it here to the gate into Valletta.
So this is the main street of Valletta. As you can see, there are tons of shops everywhere. So at one point, Malta was under English control, so you'll see that they have these telephone booths here, and they also drive on the left side of the road, so you'll see a lot of that British culture taken over here.
One of the best things you can do in Valletta is just get lost. There's tons of narrow roads with just gorgeous architecture. One of the main things you'll see all the time is the Maltese balconies. It's like a defining feature of Maltese architecture. So we've come to the upper Baracca, I don't know how to say it, but these beautiful gardens in Malta. They're free to come visit, it's stunning, and you have incredible views of Valletta and Malta and all around. There's actually one spot in Valletta you can't miss if you come here. It's like one of the most beautiful spots in the city, and it's free, so what's better than that?
So I know we said this already, but it is so hot. So hot. It being the middle of June, it like never rains. It's like just a thing here in the summer. They just don't expect any rain ever. None until like September comes around. And I'm saying that it's hot now, but it's gonna get even hotter in August. Be prepared for the heat.
Good morning from Malta again. So yesterday we didn't really get to see too much of Valletta before we had to come back home because we left late in the day and we had a little potato to walk. It's early the next morning. Potato woke us up early. We got 3 hours of sleep and we're about to go back to Valletta. Let's go get some Pattizzi. We were saying it wrong yesterday, of course. We looked it up. I got my sunscreen. We're gonna get some Pattizzi. We're gonna go back to Valletta. We're gonna get some drone footage. We're gonna see more of the city that we didn't get to see. So let's go do that right now.
Can I get 2 Pattizzi, please? Perfect, thank you, thank you. Yep. Cheers. Cheers, thank you. Got a professional videographer over here and the model.
Different way to the city today. We found this like path through the woods and I'm just really hoping that it brings us there. It might not. I mean, we might be walking this way for nothing, so I'll let you know if it actually brings us there. Update, don't take this path, it leads to this. Should I touch one?
No! What's the matter with you?
Alright, let's go back down. Well, that was really embarrassing. In other news, I'm gonna get some postcards. The best thing! Oh my god! Malta is one of the smallest countries in the whole world, and Valletta is the smallest capital city in all of Europe. Back at home, we live in the smallest state in the US, Rhode Island. Malta is only 1/10 of the size of our state. One of our house-sit hosts was telling us that in the summer, there are so many tourists compared to the small amount of residents that there ends up being roughly 3 tourists for every local. We first found out about Malta basically through social media. I remember Harrison telling me years ago about how he had read some articles about Malta, and I had just happened to see some travel vlogs of people who went there. We're really curious to know, is this video the first time that you've heard of Malta, or have you known about it for a long time? Have you traveled here? Do you plan to travel here? Or do you live in Malta? Definitely let us know in the comments. We love hearing from you and having conversations. We're in the Valletta waterfront. It's obviously one of the free things to do in Valletta. Just come to the waterfront and come view it. It's really pretty. There's not a lot of people here. You can come here and get kind of a breath of fresh air, literally. It's nice and cool here compared to inside the city. People can come swim here. It's like really clear, beautiful water. Bring your water shoes though. It's all really rocky. So I've seen a lot of Malta tour guides and read a lot of travel itineraries and seen a lot of vlogs in Malta. And what people tend to say, this is really heavy by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
What people tend to say is that the beaches in Malta aren't the best, and I'm so confused why so many people say that. I guess because they're rocky, that's why they say that. But I don't understand. The water is so clear. The views are spectacular. We're gonna be in Gozo soon, and then we're gonna see all sorts of even more beautiful beaches. But even this waterfront in Valletta, I think is stunning. There are sandy beaches here too. They're not all rocks. It's just weird to me that they would say the beaches aren't great, because to me, one of the biggest draws of Malta is the beaches. We're in Malta. Hoo-ha, hoo-ha. We're in Malta. Help me up. No, go on. Thank you.
We're back in the Upper Baraka Gardens, and there's a couple of things we didn't film last time, so we're just gonna go ahead and do that. So Bernie Sanders has been doing all of his social media posts like this, so I figured, yeah, it looks pretty cool, Bernie. I'm gonna copy you. Instead of talking about infrastructure and wage gaps and all that, I'm gonna talk to you about our budget. We spent €10.10 yesterday on groceries, and so we'll add that to that number in that little bottom corner. And that's it.
I think that Malta is often compared to Croatia, and I definitely see the comparison in some ways, because Valletta is a gorgeous old walled city, just like Dubrovnik. It's right on the sea. Game of Thrones was filmed here. The architecture, the food, the people, how things are done, there's definitely a huge difference, a very palpable difference. It's also not Italy. It's below Italy. It's not Italy. This is totally different.
We were wrong. This is not the Upper Baraka Gardens, because the Upper Baraka Gardens are way over there. Complete boneheads. So we gotta walk back to go get the puppy, and we're gonna come back and film later tonight.
Those guys must be so hot right now. Those poor guys. That's like
they
the
knew
palace.
what they were signing up for.
I feel bad for them. I don't want to hear it. For the record, I want a Pattizzi, but they're all closed. The only thing that's open is restaurants. We're broke, so are McDonald's, all right? I don't want to hear it. If you want to eat at a restaurant, become a Patreon. So that's it for Valletta. Now you know where and what Malta is if you didn't before.
We have a lot more amazing videos coming up. We're gonna go to the beaches, Blue Lagoons, the other islands.
There's so much to see in Malta. We're so happy to be here. And we have lots of videos coming up from outside of Malta all over the world. So please hit subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.
See ya.
He's a little boxer.
Okay, we need to actually film.
Knocked over my phone.
Knocked over my phone.
He cuddles with us all day.
Oh my god, not my face. Not my face.
Dude, the fucking frogs good.